Irontrader, and this is Midday Trading. Today we're going to take a look here at natural gas, and then we're going to take a little peek at crude oil. Now, the EIA report on crude oil was out earlier today, and it's pretty bullish right across the board. When I do my little bit more in-depth here after the pick close, probably later today about 5 o'clock, I'll have all those numbers there for you. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, sell a stock, buy the ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Okay, here we have natural gas, your daily and your weekly chart, okay? When we get down here to daily and the weekly, we're going to take a look at the hourly and the 4 hour, and then I have a seasonality chart we're going to take a look at before we take a look at crude. Okay, so far today, what we have is we have a red candle. So you had a high of 1.765. Yesterday's high was 1.769. And then today we had a lower low, 1.68. Then we yesterday had 1.7. So we have a red candle. But again, we're all right here in this sideways action, pretty much after we lost here the 21 days. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got 7 days here of sideways action. So let's just look at the downside first. So you want to watch at 1.68. That was here today. Right now you're sitting at, what are we sitting at? 1.697, okay? Then what we want to do is we'll come over here to this level here. This is basically 1.64. You can see off to the top of that candle. So this is all holding up here very nicely. This could actually come lower, and it's not going to really make any difference. Now, what we have here is we have your 8-day, which is very, very tight, and then your 21-day just right above it, okay? So what we need to do is this has to get closed above this 1.713, okay? That is going to be the first hurdle, and then what we have is here you have that 1.772. Now here on your weekly, that 1.768. So basically 1.77. This is what we're looking for. Nothing has really changed from this morning. Now, again, there was some good scalping here in the UNG. Now remember, UNG trades 24 hours a day. Now I'm sure there isn't a whole lot of volume there at in the middle of the night, but you can trade UNG early, like what I did, way before even your pre-market. So always remember that trades 24 hours a day. The same way with the XLE, which is the ETF for big oil, that's also a 24-hour deal. Now again, there's not much volume, so you're not going to trade a humongous shares. But again, there's a possibility where you can get in and out of kind of a situation. So if you're just looking to trade, like I am here, for the simple reason, until you close above this 1.77 level, this is what you got. This is your action right here, okay? Just like what we had here on your weekly. See, that's your action. This is the action that we have going here now, okay? So when this sold off, you can just see the series of lower lows and lower highs all the way until we got a reversal candle, okay? So now what we have here is you're just fighting up these two key levels, which is your basically 1.71 and your 1.77. So that is what we're doing on the upside. On the downside, we just watch this key level here, 1.64. Again, obviously, if that's lost, we'll just follow the candles, 1.59, 5.8, 5.7, and then you retest here at 5.2. But right now, this is holding here very, very nicely here. So it's really netting. So you just have a trading range here. It's a tight range, again, but if you're scalping the longs, okay, so like UNG, you can get your 20 cents out of it. So if you're trading 5,000 shares, you can get that $1,000 pretty easily if that's what your goal is. Okay, now again, you don't have to look for that. You can have a goal of $100 or $50, but you can make money with this every day just scalping it. BOIL, BOIL, that's another one that got a little bit more action because that's a 2-time leverage. A little bit more action there, but until we get above this 21 SMA here and close above, then I can be trading the BOIL. But right now, I just stick with the UNG or the KOLD there, like on the short side. But I didn't do any short there so far today. We got to see how this is all going to shake out. So realistically, watch this key 8 SMA, watch that 1.77. Everything is revolving around that. If we can get higher, then we know where we can go. 1.82, 1.84 here. Then we have 1.87 and just rally this all the way on up here. But your big target is where you're going is going to be this 2.0. That's very, very key. Now you can see your bottom price channel here. See how this channel here now is moving up? So see we have that 1.58. That's all that is just the bottom of that candle. So as this is rolling out here, now it's curving up here. So even if it sells down here, you got a good support levels here going all the way down. But just watch this key 1.64 level. That is going to be key. Upside here, there's 8 SMA here for the week. You got a few more days left. You really need to close above. Otherwise, we're going to have the same red candles like we had here. But you need to close above. If you can, then we can just start ratcheting right up nice here. See that 1.84, and then we can have 1.91, and then you have your 2.0. That's what we'll be looking for, which is basically that right there. Okay, let's take a look here on an hourly and a 4-hour chart. Okay, your hourly chart here, you're really not doing a whole lot here today. Okay, so basically what you have is you got scalps. Okay, that's what it is. But now you got a good trading range here going up, and now you can see the range is getting a little bit tighter, I should say. That's what we're looking at here. But you had a nice good downtrend, stair step all the way down. But this just feels different here, different unless you lose this 1.64, then she is going to go lower. But this is your key on the bottom at 1.64, and basically 1.77 on the top. That is your key level. So you got this trading range here going down, up and down here. So this is what you have to do. Okay, you can't trade what you want. You have to trade what's in front of you. Okay, so this right now we have a small trading range, so you have to use it to your advantage. That's all you can do. Okay, so on your 4-hour chart here, well, it's pretty much the same thing. See, you can look at your price channels. Okay, see, that's the key. That's at 1.77 and 1.64. There's your trading range. Okay, very, very simple, very neat, very clean. That's what we have. So until you break out of this range one way or the other, you just trade the range. Okay, now again, if you can get above this key level here, this 200 SMA here, then you're looking very good. Then we can just start stair-stepping this all the way on up here until we hit that 2.0. But again, that is your trading range. That's what you got. Okay, let's take a look here at some multiple charts. Okay, here you have your tick chart, your 1, your 5, and your 15-minute chart here. Now, see, where you can see here, okay, you have 1.68. It's just a very, very tight range going on today. Now, remember, the EIA report on natty gas will be out tomorrow at 10:30. I don't know if you're going to move the needle or anything like that, but sometimes, you do. And remember, contract roll is Sunday. Okay, so always remember that. You might have a nice build-up right into it. We got to see how that's going to shake out here. But again, see, there's just different ways to look at everything. See where you have your levels here, but you've got a good trading range here now. And you're kind of holding this level here, which is very, very good. Okay, that's always positive. So when you look at like on a 5 minutes, sometimes it just takes it out a little bit. Here is your stair step all the way on down. Now we had that lower low there going on today. Okay, versus what we had yesterday at that 1.70. So here, this was yesterday's deal, and then right off from this candle on, that's today. So you can see it's very, very choppy. There really isn't a whole lot there. But again, I'm not looking for much, I'm looking like for 20 cents. Okay, so you can always get the 20 cents out of the day on the old UNG here. So here's your 5-minute chart. It's pretty much the same ordeal. It's just sideways action. And then when you look at your 1 minute, you can just see how clear this is. This is what you got. Okay. This is what you got. But now, again, we do have a series of higher lows going on here, okay? So you got to get above that key price channel, and then we here on this 1.076, and then we can head for that 1.77. That's going to be very, very key. A close above, then she rips higher. Okay, let's take a look here at a seasonality chart. All right, here we have a seasonality chart. Now, again, you can go to my playlist on my site here. Just click right on. There's seasonality charts. I have natural gas. You have crude oil. You have the Dow, S&P, NASDAQ. Everything is right on there. Or, if you want to, here it is, equityclock.com. Just click it on. Look at the charts. Click on what you want, and you can punch up seasonality charts anytime you want. Okay, so you have a couple of options to look at. Now, here we have, and this was that big sell-off, okay, going on, which we have. But now look at it. We're coming into this March time frame, okay? So this is what I want you to watch here. See how this March time frame here is starting to go. Now, again, if we can get above that 1.77, then we can start marching up here. Because look at this here. You got all of April, May, June here, all the way here that you can, is good on the upside. Okay, now if you don't want to trade on the downside, you can just let this go. Now this chart is over a 20-year period, so everything is not going to be exact. But again, you'll have your options where you just say, "Wow, this is pretty close." Okay, so over a 20-year period, that's what it is. Now, when you come over here to the end of August and when we rip up here, well, this is what we have is that hurricane season, and then you have the winter coming and all that kind of stuff here, okay? So and then when you get to the middle of December, that's when you want to jump off this thing because the winter's done, okay? The futures are way out in front. It's over, okay? But again, if you have a hot summer, which you could very well possibly have, you could have a really nice, good rip up here. And obviously, I say, oh, it's over 20 years. That doesn't mean it can't go higher. But again, this is what you want to just take a quick look at here. And gives you an overall view over 20 years what natural gas is actually doing. Okay, let's take a look here at crude oil. Okay, here we have crude oil, daily, weekly chart. Now, yesterday, if you watch the video, I was always pointing out this 8 SMA. I just said when it gets away from it, it wants to come towards it, okay? Even on the downside, it wants to pull towards it, okay? So what we have here are these price channels. Now, price channels kind of act like, the reason I like these because it gives you your support and resistance levels, and it also gives you almost like a Bollinger Band effect, okay? So if you look at Bollinger Bands, when they start, the price starts going outside the Bollinger Band, it wants to come in. And that's what price channels do. I just think price channels are just more accurate, more efficient than, and when you look at Bollinger Bands, you look at clouds, it's just too much of a variable, where here, I know exactly, if I bring this red across, it's right to the bottom of that candle. See, I already know this. If I bring this red across here, I know it's the bottom of that candle. See, I know that, okay? Where Bollinger Bands are kind of, to me, I always looked at them a little bit iffy. But anyway, they have a similarity where when the candle goes on the outside, it wants to pull back in, okay? So that's just basically how we're looking at here. So when we see this candle, this is an indecision candle, okay? Where you make a high and you make a low and then you're closed like right in the center here, okay? So that's a typical indecision candle about like what we had here, okay? So you see these candles, these are bottoming candles where you have that long on the bottom. See this long candle? This is basically a nice big red dog here where you came all the way low here and then faked everybody out. Oh, this is going lower. And then she rallied right up higher, okay? So you always got to watch for these. But these are like indecision candles right here. So yesterday, after hours, that's why I always like trading pre-market and after hours all the way till 8 o'clock. And then, you dump the shares. I just said, I don't have a good feeling with this because you have an indecision candle here. And when you line that up, it's not just one factor for me. It's when you have an indecision candle here, okay, you're outside of that Bollinger Band. That's number 2 factor. And then you're right into this 100-day. Okay, see, that's where that price went, way 100. Now, I pointed out this 100-day when we were way back here. I said, okay, if you can rally up, you got the 50-day, the 21-day, and then eventually you can go to that 100-day. Okay. Now you can also look on your charts here, where you just have your candlesticks, and you can go right over to the left here. Okay. So if it went a little bit higher than that, then you would have had 83.60 would have been the target versus 83.32. Okay. So that would have been just a little bit higher. So always watch the levels. But when you start getting your SMAs here, especially on a weekly chart, those are very, very strong support and resistance levels, just like we have this 200-day. Yeah, did it come down below? Yeah, old sticky here, but what did it do? It closed above. Look at all the sticks, but it closed above. Look at all this thing, it closed above. These are very, very strong, especially your 100, your 200-day, and your 50-day. And then your 8 SMA here is always a good tell because once it rounded, see how your candles are now all above. So even if this comes all the way down here to your 8 SMA here, which is 77.96, or it comes down to the 50-day here at 77.88, it's still very, very bullish pattern because you're holding that. Now, if you start losing all this and you come down to the 21-day, you're still fine. But if you come all the way down here, well, then you're kind of losing that bullish pattern here. Okay, so what you have to do is when you look at charts, you got to add everything up. So you look at your RSI, you say, wow, geez, this is pushing 70. What happened the last time it did? Okay, it sold right on off. Okay, so you got to add all that up. Okay, and then when you look at the top in the indecision candle, and then you look at the key resistance, see when you have all that added up, you say, hell, this isn't, you got to look at the risk reward. It's not worth it to hold them shares when I can dump it. I can buy it up. Okay, so say today that it blasted up and it went above this. It'll give you a chance to get back in. Okay, so you lose a few pennies here, on the way up. It doesn't make any difference. You can buy it up here and just take her back up again. Okay, very easy. And always remember one thing: you're never going to buy the bottom, and you're never going to sell the top. Once in a while, you're going to get lucky. You know what I'm saying? Take that meat in the middle and put it in your pocket. Started it on Monday. By the time you get Friday, your pockets are bulging. Okay, that's how you trade. That's how you make consistent money. If you want to be in this business and stay in here for a long time, like I did, it's consistent money in your pocket. Don't worry about. I know I have a friend that's a trader. I said, "How much did you make?" "Oh, I made $3,000." I said, "Great. What did you make the week before?" "Well, I lost a bit." I said, "What about the week before?" "I lost a bit." That's not trading. Okay, that's gambling. Okay, that doesn't belong here. Okay, that doesn't belong here, and anything in the stock market is gambling. You want to have a precise mark where you take a risk pretty much on a sure thing. So when you looked at that 100-day, you looked at here at this indecision candle, and then you look at where this RSI here is pushing that 70 mark here. That's three tails that says get the hell out, and we'd live to buy and trade another day. That's the key. Okay, so then what I did is I got today I went in, and now I'm short. I got a short position here on SCO, and we're going to see if it holds this 8 SMA here. So I am actually short crude oil now, and I'm going to see how it shakes out at the end of the day. So I got SCO here, and I have a stop. It's sitting right now at 1653, and I got a stop at 1645. So I'm going to see if it shakes out, okay, or not. Okay, so that's the key. All right, so what we have here now is we want to watch the bottom of today's candle. So that's at 80.86. Okay, so where did that come from? Just look to the left. What do you have? 80.85. Okay, so if you watch the video here of mine, I said watch the bottom of yesterday's candle. Always watch that. Okay, watch this high because that's the price channel coming across. Okay, that was the breakout. And then always watch here. Okay, 80.85. Okay, today's low, 80.86. Okay, I'm within a penny. Frickin' shoot me, okay? Within a frickin' penny. That's not too bad. Now, what we want to watch here is this key 8 SMA. Can it hold this on a closing basis? That is going to be the key. If it can't, then what we can do is we can follow the candles all down. So the next one where we're going to be looking for here is going to be this level here, which is 80.41. Okay, that's what we're going to be looking for next. And then we follow here. You have that 79.99. And then we have 79.90. And then we can come to the bottom of this candle. You're looking at that 79.57. And then we have your 21-day here sitting at 79.16. So you have a lot of good support here, but that's only if this 8 SMA here does not hold. Okay, so we have a ways to go. But now, when you look at these red candles, a lot of times these are in a 2-pattern sequence. Now, this one here was a 3-pattern as there's only one. But a lot of times you get when you have that topping situation like this, then you usually get a couple of red candles. But we got to see, how actually it could shake. Now this could close right back up here today. We got to see how that's all going to shake out. But again, just watch this key level here. This is that 80.85 and that 8 SMA. Crucial level. If that's gone, we come to the 21-day. If that's gone, we have your 200-day sitting at 78.33. Okay, that's what I got for you on Yo Kutski and Natty Gas. I'll be back today. It'll be a little bit later today at 5 o'clock, and we'll review this all in depth. And just remember, now tomorrow on natural gas, 10:30, EI report, and Friday is rig count. All right, thanks for watching.